Hello and welcome back to this massive open online course on Linux applications in engineering education. I am Dr. Amit Dogar, and in this lecture we will continue our exploration of shell scripting. By the end of this session, you will learn about variables for data storage, input and output operations, and control structure for decision making and loops. These concepts bring logic and interactivity to Linux scripts. Now we'll try to understand about the variables. So these are the temporarily storage data values that your script can use. So now I will demonstrate you how to create the variables and how to access their values. So here I am typing here. So let's say name is equal to NITTR Chandigarh, and I am making another variable by the name year 2026. Now I will say echo welcome to, then I will use a $sign name, and I will write here Linux course, and I will mention here the year. Then I will close with the double quotes. Now we get this output: welcome to NITTR Chandigarh, Linux course, and year 2026. So to print the variable name, we use the echo command, echo and the dollar and the variable name. Similarly, in Linux there are environmental variables are there. So using the command env, we can find out there are so many environmental variables are there. Now to print their values, again we can use a dollar, and to print the home directory we will use a home. To print the user we can use the $user, and to print the path we can use the path. In the same way we can explore the other environmental variables. And suppose we want to make our own variable as a global variable. So simple, we can say export. Now I want this variable name course to be environmental variable. I can assign the values equal to Linux, and then it will be available there. So again we can explore it by the variable name course. So if I print again environmental variable, you can see there this variable is now available over here. So now similarly for shell scripting we can do the arithmetic operations. So let's say I have taken two variables. So here you can see I am typing here. So I have assigned, let's say a is equal to 100, b is equal to 200, and in a variable I am doing the mathematical operation a plus b and after that we want to print it. So we can say sum is, then the dollar variable, and we can get the output. So in this way we can do the mathematical operation. And for command substitution we can use the dollar and parentheses. So for example here I am mentioning today is equal to dollar and the command date, and after that if we want to print today is or today's date is dollar today, we will get the output. So variable makes script flexible and reusable. Now you want to take some user input and producing the output. So how to read the input? So there is a command read. So here I am mentioning a read minus p, enter your name, and after that we can store in a variable name, so now I'm entering the name, my name Amit, and after that we can print echo name. So in this way we can read the input from the user. So now if you want to read multiple inputs from the user, that is also possible. Suppose I am taking the input from the user as in 3 variables and that I want to print. So simple, I will say read minus p, then I will say enter 3 values, and then we can capture in variable a, b and c. So now it's asking enter 3 values, 100, 200 and 300. Let's say I have given these 3 values. Then we can print this using the echo command, and we can say you entered. Then we can print the values $A, $B and $C. So now we can see you have entered these numbers. So in this way we can take the input and we can print the output. Sometimes we want to redirect our output to some variable. So let me demonstrate you how to redirect the output. So let's say there is a log entry and that I am using. And we will use a redirection symbol, and let's say this is my log file .txt, and then we can see the content of this file log file.txt. So we got the output. Now if I run it again, so it will append. So let's say I have done for 4 times. So now it has been appended 4 times. So in this way we can redirect the output in our shell scripting. So input output helps make the scripts interactive and dynamic. Then we have the control structure. There we use a if else or case. Control structure allow the conditional logic in scripts. We can use a if else structure. We can read a number. We can compare whether it's a positive number or a negative number. So let me demonstrate you. So we will use the operators like comparative operators, greater than, equal to or less than. So let's say I'm opening here script. And I have given the name .sh. So now here we are trying to understand if else structure. We are reading a number, and that number we are storing in a variable in num. If number is greater than 0, then we will print positive number. If it's lesser than 0, then we'll print negative number. Else we will print it as a 0. And at the end we will write in a reverse order. That shows if condition is finishing here. So here we have written the if for the beginning, and for closing we have written the fi. Now we will run this script. Now to run the script, bash script 2.sh. Now I will enter a number. Let's say I have entered a number 90. So it is showing positive number. Now I am writing some number, let's say -7. So it's showing negative number. I am entering and now putting 0. So now it's showing 0. So in this way we got the output for positive number, for negative number and for 0. So next is about the string comparison. Suppose I have assigned some value to a variable and we want to compare as a string. So let me show you this script. So we will open here. Now here I have given the variable name Linux to a variable name name, and this value I am comparing with Linux. If it's same, then it will give the output match, otherwise there will be no output. So now we will run it. So now we got the output as matched. Now in this way we can compare the string. So in this way we can compare the string. Now we will say about the case structure. So now in case structure I am writing a script here. Now here this is known as switch case. I am reading a choice from the user. If the user is giving the choice as start, stop and restart, accordingly it's taking the action. For start it will print the service starting, for stop it will print the service stopping, and for restart it will say service restarting. If we give some other input, then it will show invalid choice. So now we will run it. Now here I am typing, let's say stop. So it is showing service stopping. Now again I am running the script. Now this time I am running restart. So it is showing output is service restarting. If I am running again and if I say start, service starting. If I give something other than these options, then it will give the output as invalid choice. So case is an ideal for multi-choice decision making. Next we will see about the loops. So here we have the for loop, while loop and until loop in shell scripting. Loops repeat task automatically. So let me demonstrate you about these loops one by one. First we will see for the for loop, then while loop, then we'll see for the until loop. So now here I have written here for I in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 echo iteration $I. So it will print for 5 times. So now we got the iteration 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if we have the more numbers, then it is very difficult to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of that, we can use the curly braces and we can give the range. Now this time I have given the range from 1 to 10. So we will get the output here up to 10. So now we'll run this script. And now we get the output up to 10. Now next we will see about the while loop. So we have initialized the variable count1, and in the while we are comparing with when it is lesser than or equal to 5, print the count, and there is an increment of the count. So as soon as the count will reach to 6, it will exit from this loop. So now we'll run it, bash script 7.sh, and now we got this output, count as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now let me show you about the another kind of loop, that is until loop. So now I have initialized the variable number is equal to 1 until the number is greater than 5, do print. So what is the condition here? Until this is greater than 5, print this. So as soon as it will become greater than 5, it will exit. So now let me run here. And again we got the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this way we can use the loops, and loops are used for monitoring, backups or automation tasks. So now let me demonstrate you some more examples of this. So let's say we are entering a number, and if we are comparing, if the number is greater than 50 or equal to 50, then it will print high value, else it will print the low value. So we will now run it. Now I am entering the number, let's say 88, so it is showing high value. I am running again, I am entering the value 50, so it is again showing high value. And if I give any number, let's say lesser than 50, so it will show as low value. So in this way, this example show the variable, user input and logic together. Now we will summarize what we have learned today. So we have learned how to use a variable, how to store and reuse the data, how to perform the input and output, how to interact with the user, and how to use the various control structure to provide the decision making and repetition. So these scripts concepts make Linux a powerful automation platform. In the next lecture, we will explore conditional statements, operators for shell programming. Thank you for watching.